Yeah, so my name is Samantha. I am the manager of Operations and Recruiting for Strategic Business Solutions. We are a small recruiting firm or professional services consulting firm that typically sources for senior project managers and business analysts for technology projects. My main job is to keep our office running, so I do all the day-to-day activities, anything that involves keeping the office going. And also recruitment. I'm the main recruiter for our company, so constantly sourcing resumes, posting job descriptions, and talking to candidates. Yeah, so a big part of choosing UP and the business school was just getting to campus and seeing how beautiful it was. It was definitely exceeded my expectations in a lot of ways, and then kind of doing those network events, or not even network events, but just doing the visitation days. The School of Business was mainly my interest, and so the School of Business just seemed very welcoming. Everyone I talked to was very helpful and talked about what their role was. And I've always wanted to go into management, and so that's what made me fall into OTM and sticking with the business school. So OTM is Operations and Technology Management. I've always been interested in that management role, and I didn't quite know what that meant going into OTM when I first started, but then I kind of saw the more technical side of it. And I'm a big numbers person. I've always loved math, but I never wanted to be a mathematician. So when I saw more of the data analytics side of OTM, that's kind of what made me realize I could use numbers to tell a story. So it was one of the peaks of interest. And then going into the OTM program itself, you see there's so many different routes you can go. And so exploring that was really interesting. I think one industry that's very popular and that I see a lot of interest for is supply chain. I really enjoyed the supply chain class. We even got to go see Blunt International, their manufacturing facility, and just get to see it all in practice, and then bring it back to the classroom and how it all relates. I think that was really interesting. So supply chain, data analytics, or business analytics, using numbers to help your team make decisions that are best for the company and for its users and all their stakeholders. And then the operations side. I've always been more operations focused. I like the way going through processes and how to make processes more efficient. That's always been more my niche. But they really do help you see a little bit of everything. And then once you kind of figure out what you're more interested in, working with the professors that specialize in those areas, they really help you see what that all entails and whether it's the right fit for you. I think when you're considering going to college, just think about where you want to be in 5 years. Do you want to be starting a new career, or even if you're in kind of the set of you have no idea where to start, joining the business school is kind of a good place to start, especially in those first 2 years. You get to try a little bit of everything. You get to try finance, marketing, and see if that is an interest of yours. And then going into junior year, you've had 2 years to really look at, try a little bit of everything with people that are in those fields. Did help me personally figure out what I wanted to do. I didn't know in high school that I wanted to be an operations manager, but I just knew, okay, management is something that's interesting. So then going to the business school, figuring out what that path really was and whether that was interesting or not. So I would say if you're not sure, just stick with a general, just a high level overview, like business in general, and then moving just slowly through those classes to see what's interesting or what's not.